Agriculture is an important aspect of American life. Agriculture employs over 20% of the American job force. Agriculture also provides food, shelter, and clothing for not only America, but for the entire world. With agriculture being so important, different issues arise from time to time. A few of these issues are food safety, foreign dependence on fuels, and animal rights. One of the most important issues arising today is the issues on ag technologies and which majors or areas of studies will be sought after to increase ag technology in the next decade. Agricultural technology has come a long way since farming has begun. Mechanical reapers, steel plows, fertilizers, pesticides, and different growth hormones have also been instituted to make crop yields increase over the years. Fertilizers and pesticides help to keep plants healthy and help them maintain their crops. The growth hormones that are used in dairy cows help to boost milk production. That way we have more milk for the entire world. With these technologies, agriculture has accommodated for the great vast of population increase over the years. In the year 2050, the population is said to be over 9 billion people. It is said that farmers in the next 40 years will have to increase their production of crops so that in the next 40 years they will produce as much food or more food than farming has produced in the last 10,000 years combined. With the increase of the population, agriculture has to be able to accommodate for the population growth and help to produce food for everybody. One of the careers that I see that will help to institute ag technology in the future will be the choice of biotechnologies. Many people in a biotechnology field can help produce hybrids of seeds that will become resistant to disease and drought. Also, biotechnology can help with fuel production. They can help with advances in fuel production from corn and from other biodiversity crops that we have in America that will decrease our dependence on foreign oils. Biotechnology will not only help agriculture, it will also help our entire world. With us being able to increase the production of fuels in America, we'll be able to save some of the money that is put towards our national debt. And will not only help feed and clothe the world for the population increase, but it will also help bring us out of debt as a nation and keep us living in our national security. Biotechnology has a lot of weight on its shoulders. It has to be able to feed the entire world. They have to produce crops, and they have to produce hormones that will help to increase crop yields and help accommodate for this dramatic increase in population. Right now we have 7 billion people in the world. In 40 years, it's supposed to increase by 2 billion. If we plan on accommodating for this dramatic population growth, biotechnology will have to be looked upon to help not only increase the production of hybrid seeds or technologies such as tractors. They will also have to create ways and technologies that will not only help farming, but will also help our lives. They have to make life easier for farmers, and they have to make life easier for Americans and the entire world. This is a lot of weight for people in the biotechnology field. But I sense that if we will get on the back of biotechnology, I know that biotechnology will help us out and will also accommodate for our population growth and help for anything else that will arise in the near future, in the next decade or so. We have no idea what will happen tomorrow. We have no idea what tornadoes may strike, or what hurricanes may strike, or what floods may happen. We do not know what crops will be destroyed. Biotechnology will ensure that with whatever natural disaster occurs, or whatever happens, or whatever is thrown towards agriculture's way, it will come out victorious, and agriculture will help us through our lives. Thank you.
You mentioned biotechnology, and a lot of times it's considered more of an umbrella term to incorporate a lot of specific areas within agriculture. So, what specific area of biotechnology do you really foresee helping overcome the expanded population growth and being able to provide adequate, help to be able to supplement that rapid expansion in population growth over the next 10 decades?
All right. The area of biotechnology that I see really coming out will probably be the area that deals with, I don't know the technical term for it or what major it actually is, but it will be the area that will be doing research on hybrids of seeds or fertilizers and pesticides that will not only help increase crop yields, but will also create drought-resistant products that, since we know now it's very hot, there are a lot of wildfires in Alabama. I heard on the radio this morning there are 9 said today, that 9 wildfires that are active right now. So the area of biotechnology that will deal with hybrid seeds and fertilizers and pesticides that will increase our crop yields, I think that will be what will help accommodate for this population growth.
Certainly I see that as being a huge undertaking just for the field of agriculture to kind of take on their own. How do you incorporate other fields of study to join in recognizing the need and having them to collaborate and join in on the efforts of trying to overcome this rapid expansion?
Well, other areas of study, such as political science, that can go abroad and be in international borders and go to places, third world countries in Africa, and places that are already running short on food. These are the places we need to get to as soon as possible, because when the population grows, bigger countries like China and the United States and bigger countries are going to be the ones looked at first to help accommodate for our population. The smaller countries are going to be overlooked, so we need people in the political science field or people that have experience in international policies. Also, areas of study in business, being able to carry out business within countries and being able to not only feed America, but be able to put a profit into a farmer's hands, so they will have an incentive for creating more food and creating more products, so we will help to accommodate for this population growth.
Do you see any particular boundaries that would prohibit the collaboration between these fields?
The only boundary that I see is today, more than ever, there's more emphasis on the dollar than there ever has been. There's more emphasis on making money and instead of the well-being of America or the well-being of a person. So the only thing that I see will be, we already produce enough food now to prevent world hunger. That's not the problem. The problem are these smaller countries that can't afford to buy the food and afford to buy the products that we have. So what we may need to do is incorporate kind of a loan business of it, and that's what's really going to take a lot of farmers off, take a lot of business people off, because they want to be able to make money now. They want to be able to ensure that they will be living well, and not just smaller countries like in Africa or in Central America.
With the big push for biofuels right now, how can we make sure that, as we're having to feed more and more people, how can we make sure there's a balance of, crops being used for food and a balance, of crops being used for fuel? Like, how can we find that balance?
I know that there's a lot of waste when crops such as corn and wheat and other crops are used to produce food. There's a lot of waste that goes mostly into feed for animals and stuff. A lot of this waste could be used for the production of biofuels. Also, I know that they're doing a lot of research on crops such as kudzu and stuff that grows really well and grows really rapidly. They're doing research to see if they can possibly produce fuels out of that. I think they've already produced a fuel, I'm not sure, but they're supposed to be trying to produce fuels out of stuff like kudzu and like switchgrass and stuff that really grows fast but really has no meaning. Like it's a crop, but there's really nothing that we can help to eat or anything. So it can be used just for biofuels.
How do you think, you talked a lot about biotechnology, how do you feel like, most people when they think of Auburn, they think, of course, of agriculture, and they think of, engineering and stuff like that, but how can the land-grant universities like Auburn help meet the needs for your biotechnology that you talked about today?
Well, a lot of the land-grant universities offer areas in in agriculture. Well, they all offer agriculture, and they all offer, most of them offer engineering. So a lot of people that are in engineering still have an emphasis in agriculture. They still have a passion for agriculture. So a lot of technologies that people in an engineering field can create can also help agriculture, as well as some of the things that agriculture can create can help people in an engineering field. So working together, I believe that these fields in land-grant universities can collaborate and can help to produce things that will not only accommodate for our population growth, but in years to come will also help farmers out, making things simpler, making things easier, like the new technologies in farming equipment like tractors, and making it to where they're not only farming faster, but they're also creating a bigger crop yield because they're being able to get out there at the right times and getting the products that they need.